Hello, this is a review of the Coast HP5, the 121 lumen small LED flashlight that's going to be amazingly powerful for its size. So what you get is the box that you see here and pamphlets on there, different flashlights, and the instructional sheet for this particular flashlight. And inside the box you get the flashlight, battery, a little case to carry it. Now it has a belt loop that you could run through your belt right here, hand holder here. And there you can see it fit snugly inside the case. But personally, due to its small size, I prefer to not put it in a case at all. I just put this in my pocket. I think that's the tremendous advantage of this little guy, is the small size. Now, compared to other flashlights that I have here as an example, this is one powerful little flashlight. So I'm going to be able to compare it to a straight up incandescent. A better comparison will be compared to an actual LED flashlight that I had from before. And then here's a few from Coast. So this is a slightly larger model. This is the one we're reviewing right now. Here's a smaller one from Coast, the HP2, that I absolutely love. But you can see how small they are relative to, say, some pens and pencils. Give you an idea compared to a light bulb. It's just so nice because it just tucks into your pocket that's just a great little size, and it wallops quite a lot of power. That was really impressive the first time that I used it. So compared to some other flashlights, you take a little old crank flashlight like this that's a LED light, it's really anemic in comparison. So we see another anemic light that's supposedly LED, so it's implied that it was going to be powerful. But then you end up with a traditional flashlight that you might be used to. You know, you got a little light like this, but then we go and take this new light and it just blows that other light out of the water. So we had the high-low settings. Of course you can make it brighter. It's just completely in its own league compared to the incandescent. Then of course a better comparison will be with an actual so-called 6 LED light. So we had 6 LEDs in this, which when I bought it I thought it was going to be nice and really powerful, which it's pretty decent overall, right? I mean, it's noticeably better than the incandescent one that we just tried. But we take this, put that away, and I had the focus beam on, so I can put it back out to the wide beam. So you get a lot more control with this right here, and it's very powerful. So I think it is noticeably better than my 6 LED bulb that I had here, but I think it's great. So compared to other brands, I really like the Coast brand here. It really looks like a quality product that we have here. It is significantly better, I think, than my other flashlight that I had here. So notice the thickness difference, right? So this is really nice and thin in its base. This is much thicker. This is also heavier. I already showed you the light output. I think this gives you a better light. Of course, it's nice that you can control. You got a nice even floodlight, and then of course you can point it into a spot if you really wanted to. So compared to the other brand, I thought that was noticeably better. And of course this has got a high-low setting. So I really like, this is a little too fat for me to stick in my pocket. This one is perfectly great for that aspect. Compared to other Coast flashlights, here I have the Coast HP6, the HP5, and the HP2. Now I absolutely love this little HP2. I mean, this is the smallest thing to throw in my pocket, or my wife can throw in her purse. It still makes one heck of a lot of light coming out of this tiny little guy. It's not focusable, but boy, when I go around the house running, you know, doing little projects here or there, this is the one I tend to pick up first because it is so small to throw in my pocket. This is the closest next best to it and offers a few other advantages. This ran on a AAA, one AAA. This runs on one AA. Now this one offers you high and low beam and focusing beam. So first of all, you've seen you got the nice even flood. You can also narrow it down. And how do you do that? You basically push up on this, pull down here. Do you see where I'm pushing? It takes a little effort. It is not really fluent. It's not hard to do, but it is not, it doesn't just, you know, they indicate you just go like this with your finger. There's no way on earth I can push with this. I got to take 2 fingers, grab on the base, and push up. It's not a problem. It's just not super convenient to do. In fact, I didn't know how to focus it at first because I thought I was going to break it if I pushed on the head. But it's easy enough to do. That's a feature that this has. It isn't noticeably brighter than the tiny HP2. So this is a 121 lumen light bulb, but you can click it twice. Watch. So on, click again, click there. So you see how you click it on, off, and you get to the low setting. It doesn't actually flicker. It's flickering perhaps in the video, but that's just from the video camera. So off, on, click, click, and I get down to the lower setting. Now honestly, I think you're really going to run it on high all the time. Then lastly, on these batteries, you have the HP6. Now this is the exact same thing as the HP5 that we're reviewing right here, except the HP6 uses 2 AA batteries and has a total light output of 170 watts, or 170 lumens, not watts. Big difference. So the floodlight is noticeably brighter, although not terribly so. I mean, I go back here. I mean, this is perfectly equitable, I think, but this is noticeably brighter. So that's one difference. And let's go ahead and narrow this one in. Now this one, the head moves a lot easier. Now it still doesn't move like this, but I don't have to really grip the base. Remember how I said I had to really hang onto the base here when I moved the head on the other one? So you'll probably find a slight difference in manufacturing, so maybe your version of this won't be the same. Like this one I have to really push up and down. This one I don't have to do that with. This was much more convenient to push this one up and down. This one does high-low as well. Now remember, this is 121 lumens. Compared to a standard 57 watt light bulb, the standard light bulb that's 57 watts is 780 lumens, so your 60 watt bulb is 800 lumens. But 121 watts obviously is not going to equal a 780 watt standard 57 watt light bulb. So keep in mind that it isn't going to light the room as much as a lamp really would have. It's really about focused lighting in the directional area that you want to work. Now let's show with the lights off. So here's an anemic light. This is just a LED light that was supposed to be powerful because it was LED, but it's not. We compare that to this guy here. Just blows it out of the water, right? And I still have it focused. I can make it nice and wide. This little guy here is nice and powerful. We go back to the traditional light here. Holy cow, right? This is the haunted house vibe here going around. It's just spooky. It's the old incandescent bulbs. You kind of wander your way. This, again, too, is going to get blown out of the water by this guy. I mean, holy cow, right? But let's do a more true comparison. I'm going to bring back the 6 LED light. So this one's decent, right? So this is fine. I don't like that I can't control how wide it is. It's just not as nice. Whereas I really thought this was something, running this HP5 around. But let me go compare against the smaller HP2 to give you an example. So this is the HP2. This is why I'm just thrilled with this little guy. I mean, holy cow, right? When you're in the dark, this little guy gives out so much light. So that's why this HP2 is still my absolute favorite. Go back to the HP5 again. Perfectly fine, nice and small. I get to focus this one. Now let's compare against the larger HP6. This one's brighter overall. Of course, it's larger. I can still focus it and so on. So I'm thrilled with all of these guys here. I think they're great, but I like the size of this little one here, the HP5, still fits in my pocket. And of course, I still can't have to mention that I still love this little HP2. So in summary, these old LED lights were useless. The old incandescent, never going to use it again. This LED light, I just don't like it. It doesn't fit as nicely in my pocket from the other brand. So then I love the Coast brands here. Both of these, the HP5 and the HP2, easily fit in my pocket. I will always take this one with me when I need to just throw something in my pocket, but otherwise this one's still great. I really like it. This one, if I just need more light, but otherwise it's much bigger. It doesn't fit in my pocket. So my preference is still the HP5, and the top preference is the HP2. But all of them I think are great. Thanks for watching my review.